A very good morning, dear students. In the previous class, we have learned the different types of adjectives. Hope you have still remembered. If you have forgotten, there's no problem. You have got a chance to learn again. Adjectives are the different types. Especially we have gone through some 6 different types of adjectives. But we have learned only 4 or 5 of them, and last 2 we have left them. The other one is distributive adjectives and articles. A and the. In terms of parts of speech, we consider articles as adjectives. So articles, in other words, we can call them as determinants because they determine a noun, especially the singular noun. Once again, articles in terms of parts of speech, we consider them as adjectives. The different types of adjectives, we have given specifically, we have named it as determiners, a and the. Okay, and especially a and the refer only one thing, one person. Okay, one person or a thing, a place or anything. One, we will determine only one piece of it, only one. In order to refer something that stay alone or one, if you wanted to refer one person, one thing or one place, one particular aspect, so then you use articles a and the. Okay, a and the. A and the principles are different in using them. A refers to a man, consonant sound. Any noun or a pronoun that goes with a consonant sound, before the consonant word we use a. A is the letter, A is the sound. Now we are learning the sound system, and the sound system articles a and the, in other words, call them as determiners. Determiners are one type of adjectives I just said. Okay, carefully please learn them. A goes with the words that starts with consonant sound and goes with the word or the word that begins with vowel sound. Any word that starts with vowel sound, before that vowel sound we use an. There are certain things, there is one more logical way of using these articles. Some vowels may produce the sound of consonant, so we use just before that word sound and being vowels, sometimes they utter the sound of a consonant. Sometimes being a consonant, it utters the sound of a vowel, then we use an. Okay, vice versa we are using one after the other, that means one for the other also we are using, don't get confused. A and the, these are articles. The other one is the distributive pronouns. Okay, the distributive adjectives. What are the distributive adjectives? Each, either, neither, every, any, both. Each, every. Each and everyone, everybody as a group. Each and everyone means specifically we are mentioning one person, one specific person. Then we use each. Everybody, that means the whole body you are referring to. That everybody is consisting group of members. Okay, each, everybody, either or, this or that, either or, neither nor. Okay, not this, not that, either or, either this or that. Okay, either of the men is perfect, means not either of them is perfect. It means both of them are perfect. Okay, you can take any of them, either that man or this man. either of them, either of them are perfect. Neither this one nor that is good, means none of them are good. Okay, try to use this each, every, neither, nor. Okay, so these are considered distributive adjectives. First we have studied quantitative, qualitative, quantitative, first qualitative, next quantitative, then demonstrative. This, that, these, those. These are demonstrative pronouns. Even some also will come, few, some, many. These are all demonstrative ones. Possessive means my, our, his, her, their, etc. Interrogative. Okay, which place, which one, okay, whose pen, okay, whose property, which numbered vehicle, which numbered vehicle, okay, which numbered, both of them are adjectives. Okay, here it is interrogative adjective. These are interrogative adjectives. Qualitative, quantitative, demonstrative, and possessive. Next interrogative. Next distributive. Each, either, neither, both, any. Okay, even any is also distributive pronoun. Distributive adjective. Let's come to articles, as we have studied just now. Article a and the. All three of them refer only one singular noun. Any one singular noun. Okay, a boy, a clean shirt. Okay, an interesting point. Okay, an efficient personality. He is an efficient personality in our group. That's the reason the board of members have given him, okay, many chances to prove his intelligence. Understand? So likewise, all these adjectives today, the types of adjectives that we have learned. The next one is verb. What is verb? Okay, the next thing is verb. What do you understand by the term verb? A verb, especially you have learned in your previous grades, especially when you were in baby classes, grade 1, 2, 3, you studied the verb as an action word. But you know, in English, verbs, all the verbs are not performing action. All of them are not performing action. Some verbs may not perform any action. Okay, they can be divided into many types. What are those we will see. Okay, linking verbs, action verbs. There are three major types of verbs we can say. Linking verbs, helping verbs, and action verbs. All action verbs are main verbs only. All action verbs are main verbs. And linking verbs and helping verbs. Try to understand the difference between linking verbs and helping verbs. What is the difference between the linking verb and the helping verb? Especially the helping verb will try to make us understand how this particular helping verb is describing the action or describing the main verb in a sentence. Okay, especially this helping verb will make us understand, okay, when something has happened, whether it is happened in present, past or future, can be decided by this helping verb. Suppose to take I am singing a song. Am singing. Am is helping verb. It is going with the continuous tense of the main verb sing. She is singing, otherwise I am singing a song. She is singing a song. Okay, she is, am, are, was, were, will, shall, may, might, etc., etc. These are all Okay, helping us to understand when something has happened. Main verbs performance, or the main verbs when they are exactly doing its job, or how these main verbs can be well described in terms of their tense. Tense is nothing but the time when an action is performed. They can easily identified, can easily recognized when we look at helping verbs. Helping verbs will help us to understand when exactly the action is performed. Okay, when it comes to linking verbs, let us try to understand linking verb. Linking verb never indicate any time of action. It doesn't tell us when something has happened. Try to understand. Verbs are of three types. Okay, first verb is action verb, second one is linking verb, and the third type is helping verb. Okay, linking and helping verbs are not the same. Linking verbs are different, helping verbs are different. Helping verbs can make us understand. They can be used to understand when something has happened, when exactly the action is performed. Okay, in order to understand the clear information about when the main verb or when it is performed, when the action is performed, can be easily understood when we look at the helping verbs. As you all know that helping verbs, be form verbs, do form verbs, have form verbs. Okay, all modal verbs. Suppose to take be form. Be, is, am, are, was, were. That is be form. Being and been also. Be, being, being. Am, is, are, were, was, or was, were. That is be form. All be form verbs, all the primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries are considered as helping verbs. Don't get confused. Sometimes this am, is, are may not be telling us exact time of happening something. Okay, these linking verbs never indicate us, or they never lead us to understand when an action is performed. Clear? Suppose to take I'm a girl, I'm a girl, I'm a teacher, she's my cousin. Okay, this is helping verb. She is my cousin, he is my boss, they are my students, this is our school. Here in these particular sentences, is, am, are not indicating any tense. They are not indicating any tense of the verb or any action verbs. Time of performing action are not said by these verbs. These are called linking verbs. Linking verbs never indicate any time of action. I'm a girl, she's a teacher, he's my cousin, he loves me very much. That is, again, it's a main verb. Okay, he likes my performances. My teacher really likes my performances. Likes my performances. These are all what? Main verbs. Don't get confused. Okay, the difference I just wanted to tell you is helping verbs and linking verbs are completely different. Okay, suppose to take some more examples I just wanted to give you when it comes to verbs. Why, you know, action verbs are different, helping verbs are different, and linking verbs are different. Okay, and here linking verbs are none other than am, are, was, were. They do not express any action. When we are using them in sentences, they do not express any action. But when it comes to helping verbs, they indicate us when something has happened. They help the main verb. Helping verbs always help the main verb to describe action. How do they help us? To describe action, whether that action happened in the present, past or future. Understand, children? So today we have learned distributive, adjectives and articles. Distributive, adjectives and articles. Previously we have already covered qualitative adjective, quantitative adjective, demonstrative adjective, interrogative adjective, and today we have learned distributive adjective and articles. As I told you, in formal grammar, in terms of parts of speech, we consider articles a and the as determinants. What is the specific word given into them? Determinants. So today I am gonna give you assignment on verbs. And when it comes to main verbs, try to understand what are main verbs. Main verbs, some of them are transitive verbs and some of them are intransitive verbs. Main verbs always perform some action. Example: wipe, drop, think, go, do, send, knock, pray, play, guess, work, repair, mandate, shoot. These are all different types of action words. All action words are main verbs. Some of them are transitive and some of them are intransitive. When it comes to transitive verbs and intransitive verbs, that means one main clause, the main verbs have two different types of phases. One phase is transitive phase, the other phase is intransitive phase. Okay, transitive in the sense when an action is performed by the subject, means the doer of the action must move towards the object. Suppose if object is not there, wherever the work is started or started performing, there itself that word can be ended. It never get reflected. Okay, I am sleeping. You yourself sleeping. You are not affecting anything, no? I am sleeping. She is dancing. They are watching something. They are watching television. Okay, so certain actions are intransitive ones, certain actions are transitive ones. She has done the work. She has done the work. The work is done by her. She has done that work. She has done that work. The work has been done. The work has been done. So sometimes the action, when it is performed by a doer, it passes or transitive in the sense it is moving from the doer to the object. Sometimes in some cases, whenever this doer is performing action, that action is ended up at the doer only. It doesn't get reflected. Okay, this is called intransitive verb. Main verbs are of two types, intransitive and transitive. Actually, the verbs are of three types. What are those? Linking verbs, helping verbs and action verbs. Linking verbs will not express the tense or the time of doing any action. Helping verbs describes the action and main verbs always perform the action. Some of them are transitive natured main verbs and some verbs are intransitive natured verbs. Okay, we will continue this learning about the verbs in the next class. Until we meet again, goodbye children.